think that's a pretty simple indicator of how much Deco cares about you, Sue. He nearly got you killed. He didn't know that the lovely changed our territory when he asked us to go to the Mist of Epoch. Did you tell him? Of course! And how did he react? Didn't care.
I don't follow.
Why should I? Some pathetic little gang of campfire scouts ready to be a menace to society? They're nothing. Yeah. Look at my leg. Nothing got shot. I like to think my daughter and her friends are clever enough, strong enough to overcome such nonsense. Except they nearly killed her. That giggling gathering of girls proved to be a bit more dangerous than you thought they'd be, Deco. No doubt the shooter could have peed her panties in fear before getting a nerve to pull the trigger if you hadn't startled her. Making some suggestions there, Deco. For all you know, they're still close to the core. And now you're pushing for her to go back into their turf. A hard lesson, but one she must learn. If Sue can't learn to rise to such mediocre challenges, she won't be ready to inherit my empire.
You understand, yes?
Am I a harsh traitor? Perhaps. But I know Sue won't be strong enough to face her fears, worthy of the challenges to come in running for Deco's palace. I think all the choices could work. But, she did admit the fact that she didn't want to run it. And she knew that the lovely changes were a threat. I think I should go with her territory. Love one with me, Sue, darling. Listen to me. Do you honestly want to go face them again after already tried to kill you once? That'd be a no. Face up to your fears, Sue. You can. Look, old man. Playtime's over. Okay? It's all fun and games until someone loses their head. Or a leg, as the case may be. She glances at my crutches, feeling a twinge of regret. Sorry about that. That one's on me. I see through you, old man. You aren't trying to teach me to be strong. You just want me to put my ass on the line for your own sake. Well, I'm saying ixnay, I crossed that line again. Hackers don't throw their down unless they got a we. Our enemies are far beyond 7 proxies. I'm not going back there. Those be dangerous, yo. I'll stick to white collar crime. It's all the same to you. Start at least. 2 more attempts. So, let me be clear about this. The reason you won't side with me over her father is because you're worried he'll burn you, kick you to home, and abandon you on the street? Let's put aside that question and whether holding such a throat hang over your head indicates a loving father or not. I mean, it doesn't, but if you need a place to stay to avoid being homeless, I'd offer you my home. Gotta give you a nice fire pit in the backyard. Wait, seriously?
Bad idea, friend. Bad
I wrecked
idea.
your arcade, and now you offer me 3 hots and a cot? I'm generous like that. Huh. Well, she could stay with me, if it comes to that. Clyde, seriously, I wouldn't want to put you out. My parents like you. I like you. And they understand your situation. Please, don't feel like you have no options. You got friends. You got me. Okay, now that's a gangster unite if I ever saw one. Just think about it, okay, please. I wouldn't exactly drive her from my home.
You understand, yes?
That was just a figure of speech. I'm just saying I'm her provider. I'm the reason she's able to... Nah, I'm pretty sure you meant what you said. You threatened me with all the dire consequences of disobedience more times than I can count, and I'm getting sick of it. So don't you think you can hold that over my head any longer?
Think about this.
This would be a mistake, Sue. Think about more than a roof that I happen to be sleeping under. I can protect you in ways you cannot provide yourself. Beyond food and clothing and a place to stay. Legal protection, notably. I keep you off various radars. I make sure my enemies aren't aware you exist. You are safe under my wing. Oh, definitely. But maybe I just don't care anymore. Maybe I'd rather flame out than be able to put up with your boop. Sounds like she's starting to see through the supposed generosity. Good. One more. Did we go with the... I'm gonna save again. Let's play it safe. Do I vote the power of friendship or bribe the arcade? Well, I already been with video arcade, so... Something I've been paying close attention to as we spark back and forth like this. The ghost monsters. They're trying to be unreadable, but part of the background noise is the scene. But I can read them. Clyde especially. They're looking like they're holding back a lot of feelings. Sue, do you think that without Deco you'd be alone? What about them? I just saw the three supremely buff dudes, and nervous looking individual accompanying them, all in their color coordinated clothes. I think you're forgetting the ghost monsters. They're more than a gang. They're your friends. They'll support you if Deco don't. If he tries to burn you, they'll stand in the front of the flames. You've got the power of friendship on your side, whereas your father doesn't have a friend in the world and needs to rely on you. What? The smattering of thugs and children? That proves my point, Your Honor. You think they could keep her out of jail? You think they'd feed her, clothe her? Laughable! I'd do that. I don't care if it takes my whole allowance, or I have to get a real job. I'd help her if you won't. Clyde, this isn't... No, Sue, please, listen to me. I don't, like, speak it up. And your dad, he scares me. But Tempvia's right. We're your friends, and we'll be here for you, right? Heck yeah! Ghost Bears, ride or die! 20th century television sitcom teaches a group of self-chosen friends a new family structure in America, according to very critical studies. Oh, good old Pinky. So, please, don't feel you'll be alone. If you choose to side with Tempvia, you won't be. Clyde shifts embarrassedly, averting their eyes to the ground, shuffling her feet. It's likely they really want to say something, but can't find the courage within. Oh, go on, Clyde. You love her!
Yeah!
Ah, it's so cute. It's okay, Clyde. Just a minute. You love Sue! Clyde looks shocked and Naomi just out of them. But eventually they shrug, smile warmly at Sue. Sue blushes in return. Ah, heck. I love you too, always have. Sue sweeps Clyde up in a giant bear hug and places a tender kiss in the cheek, causing the timid one to turn bright red. Live studio audience, aww. It's true then. Love can bloom on the battlefield. This is ridiculous. Sue, friendship is irrelevant. What matters is power, and your friends have none. Do you really want to trade a powerful ally for a weaker one? As much as I hate to give in to some silly cartoon notion of friendship conquered all, well, no, let's quote Sleeping Beauty. Love conquers all. I'm a ghost monster.
Ghost monsters for life!
Ride or die, we're ghost monsters for life. I like how they spelled that. Beaming, Clyde squeezes Sue's hand tightly before Clyde steps back to join their friends. Absurd. Simply absurd. Before getting in our word, Sue waves her hands, interrupting me. Okay, enough.
Man, this sucks.
I'm sick for this talking. It's time for action. It's time for decisions. You made your case, Dad, and so have you, Tempvia. He wants to protect me and use me. It's painfully obvious at this point. But maybe the cost of turning my back on him is too high. Well, Tempvia wants me to throw it away because it's the right thing to do. As for me, what do I want? How do I want to play this out? This is it. The moment of truth. Did I convince Sue to abandon her father? Did we save the Miss of Epoch? Or was this all for nothing?
You know what? Cute, Dad.
You heard her.
Yeah, you heard me. Your poor f***ing excuse for a father and your so-called enemy really opened my eyes about that. Oh, don't get me wrong. You've got money and power. You could crush me like an ant, yeah? Yeah. And I don't think I care anymore. I'm tired of living in your shadow and under your thumb. I'm tired of living with you. As of today, we're done. I'm cutting unhealthy like you from my life. I think we can do business. You want to save your arcade? I've got the evidence you need to stick Daddy Dearest behind bars for the rest of his life.
Hold on. Time space! Your underhanding life will now truly you will go to jail and never see your daughter again. Be gone! And may the history books always record the failures of your past.
You can't do this.
She just did.
I forbid it. You are my daughter, and if I go down, you're coming with me.
Really? I think I can spin this entire mess as your fault.
Thanks to my help, too.
I'd like to see you try, you ignorant brat. You're a career criminal, incorrigible to the end. What possible proof could you offer up of your innocence?
Maybe what we just recorded at the beginning of this conversation? Sue snaps her fingers and points to my phone.
Oh, Iris. Would you kindly?
Sure thing, Miss Sue. And from my speaker, a perfect audio recording of Deco's earlier intermittent words. Thank you, Iris! I hope you would do that!
Who knows I'm the only thing standing between her and numerous jail sentences. My power, my money, my presence. But I understand and support her. I appreciate her nefarious talents and nurture them. She knows that I made her, and I can unmake her at a moment's notice.
Golly, that sure smells like corruption of a minor and blackmail to me.
Ooh.
And once I do my hair and pigtails and offer a jury big puppy dog eyes, oh, my mean old dad forced me into a life of crime. Well, what do you think happens next?
I think it's like 10 to 20. That's impossible! You said you blocked all the recording devices! I said I couldn't block Iris from functioning. We just block her from uploading recordings everywhere. Yeah, Clyde clearly said that! She was still listening this whole time. You can go ahead and remove the data block now, Clyde. Already done. Iris, begin to upload to social media. I've also uploaded a press kit based on our Deco Naomi archives to the 5 major newspapers, 11 websites, ESPN, Sports Center, and HGTV. Don't forget Twitch. Home and Garden Television? I figured the two guys from Arcade Flippers might be interested. I really like this show. Oh yeah, good reality show. With that settled, Sue turns a smug, satisfied smile towards her doomed father.
Welcome to the Ides of March, Dad.
Build on Caesar.
You want to get me in trouble too? You feel free. At worst, I'll do a year or two in juvie.
Which means that threat meant nothing.
But you're gonna bleed out on the floor by the time I'm through.
Inky, Blinky. Yeah, boss. Show my father the door. Gently. Don't leave any marks, at least.
No.
No! This is completely unacceptable!
Completely unacceptable. I am your father. I'm Deco Nami. I am the arcade business.
Not anymore. Inky and Bleakly easily restrained Deco by the arms, but I just can't let go without having my 2 cents. It's nothing personal, darling. Just business. The arcade industry doesn't need you anymore. It's time for fresh blood. It's to turn things around from the dead end you steered it towards. And so, justice is served. I happen to know a good defense attorney.
You impudent, insignificant little...
Are you still here? Not for long.
I haven't lost. I can still fight this. I can still...
And the ghost monsters remove Deco from the sights. Instantly, the entire atmosphere of the place changes. And it's like a giant, great weight has lifted. I couldn't be more relieved as I relaxed into a sigh. Not gonna lie, the next few days will be interesting to say the least. I think you stayed at my place. My parents won't mind at all. Yeah, I'm gonna need a hideout until the seat's off. Maybe practice bending my eyelashes like as a week. $3 for look, because parents do. Sue blinks in astonishment. Oh, right, Tempvia, you're still here. Oh, I knew you were special. I knew it from the day one. If the heat ever cools off, we'll make amends with a lovely chainsaw. I might pop by arcade, play some games, not stir up trouble.
I'll keep my promise. The public will know Deco hired a gang to go after you. That should exonerate your arcade as a victim of his shady dealings.
Not to mention, probably will also show that it had a history of doing this, if I'm right.
So, we square?
Thank you. I know that this wasn't easy for you, giving up so much, and I appreciate what you've done for my arcade.
I owed you, honestly. I may still owe you for that matter.
Give me a meat lover's pizza, and I'll call it even.
Whoa. We did it. We really did it.
Yeah, we took down the Emperor.
I mean, I knew we could do it. I really did. Yeah. We saved the arcade. Okay, so things are gonna be a bit wonky for a few days, and we'll have reporters swarming the place and maybe some cops. But we did it. We saved the arcade we built together.
Yeah! A place where we can have a future together, an arcade of our dreams.
I love you. Thank you so much. It'll be everything I've ever dreamed it would be.
Love you too, darling. The next few days passed in a blur. That morning, we had a press crowding around the doors of the arcade before we even opened. Sue's care package of bad news that went up in the wire caught their attention. Miss Moonlight! Miss Moonlight! Is it true Deco Nami organized a gang head at your arcade? How do you respond to the allegation that Deco Nami is involved in an international conflict plush doll prize ring? What is your relationship with the ghost monsters? Have you heard any allegations of child abuse? Have you seen Mr. Fong's article talking about the incident praising your professionalism? I gave so many interviews that day, I lost my voice. Fortunately, Naomi was on hand to keep me hydrated and encourage me onward. Naomi kept my teacup filled. Thank you so much, darling. Everybody loved to see a fallen family entertainment icon. It made them feel self-righteous, and Deco Nami was now square in the crosshairs. It didn't matter what the official peace response was. A generic, we're still evicting these claims, the court of public opinion had decided. So what did the history book say? Deco's palace was doomed. The final crushing blow came to the televised press conference 3 days later.
These obvious falsehoods generated by jealous business rivals and lying children merely go to show how the powerful are routinely targeted for harassment. Furthermore, what? No! Unhand me immediately! I'm innocent in these matters! Innocent!
And we never saw him again. Seriously, after the arrest, he just up and vanished from the public eye. It's honestly a bit creepy. I was at least expecting a trial or something. Geez, just almost like Giovanni in Pokemon.
He told me that if I didn't commit all those crimes, he'd take away my food. I never wanted to be a hacker. I just like computers. I wanted to get a computer degree and get a normal job like anyone else.
She started doing the puppy eyes. Largely a line of hokum, but she's good to see Sue breaking away from Deco's influence all the same. Who knows? Maybe Sue's ready to turn over a new leaf and go straight after all. The Deco's Palace Board of Directors unanimously vote. Oh, yes, hear more of the history book here. The Deco's Palace Board of Directors unanimously voted to eject him, and he just vanished in the guts of the judicial system. All the arcade empire he established is still out there, it's still powerful, it's still tacky as heck, and still a menace to small arcades like ours. But without his guiding vision, it's largely treading water. Who knows? Maybe one day, the traditional arcades will overtake what's left behind. As for the Mist of Epoch, good food, good times, it's a winning combination, and the one that worked out great for us. On the side of the business, practically prints money. The games don't pull it in as much, but that's fine. Thanks to all the chicken wings we're selling, the place is packed to brim with retro classics. There's something comfortable and classic about Mist of Epoch. When you're here, you can relax, grab a bite to eat, have some fun, and maybe learn a history lesson or two. And who doesn't like that?